Hello. I'm doing great. Pretty, but huh? I'll be down. I'm not experienced, but oh, yeah, I know.
Well, sorry about that. My apologies. Let's go live.
I'm doing great.
I'm just gonna mute the audio from the game.
Huh?
Yep, there we go. So yeah, welcome everybody. This is PPR Division 2. We're in Russia. Qualifying's underway, as you've already seen. Apologies on the delayed start there. Just trying to sort out a co-commentator, and thank you very, very much there too from DRL Neon to step into the commentary box with me. Hope the flight was good.
Yeah, good flight to Russia. Wasn't a long one.
Wasn't a long one. What part of the world are you from, sir?
I'm from the Netherlands, dude.
Oh yeah, it wasn't very long at all then, I guess. I
No.
just had to minimize this for a second so I have all the screens up.
It was a nice night flight.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Yeah.
The PPR Esports jet should have
Yeah,
served up some nice
probably
meals.
pretty quickly. Yeah, rich mix.
Rich mix. Good one. Oh, you see, you bring the life back into the biggles already. So you are.
Could you maybe invite me to the session? Because I am not able to
what
watch
I will
now.
do is I will actually, I'll send you an invite to the session. Apologies for the pause here. We'll do it during qualifying. We don't want to destroy everybody. Maybe it's Henna's a friend. Oh, here you are. Yep. If I can. If not, Henna's, if you are listening, Henna's perhaps can invite you to the game.
I think you would be able to.
I should be able to. Yeah, apologies for... No, I can't actually. Henna's, I'll ask Henna's to do that.
Is it only Hannah's?
Yeah.
Wait, is he in a MRL call right now?
Yeah, you know Henna's?
Yeah, I know Hannah's.
Yeah, you can hit him up.
Yeah, I will. I'll need to have to add him as a friend first.
Yeah, no pros. I sent
You
an
could
invite
maybe
to him.
message him.
I did message him.
And
Yep. Henna's is on top of that stuff. He'll be there in a minute, no doubt. So, yeah, as a race driver, which yourself, that's good. I like actually having somebody who can race. I can't race to save myself.
Can race, well, something different yesterday in the Apache series.
Yeah, and that was a bit interesting, wasn't it?
My car just reversed. Stupid.
So,
yeah.
well, I mean, okay, so we're in Russia.
Yeah.
Good
track.
Guys,
I like it.
You do? Yeah.
I do. I don't know why, but I do like it. Yeah.
So Henna's, speaking of Henna's, here he is in the pink Mercedes, aka the Racing Point car. He's got the purple sector. Now Henna's has put on some pretty good pace recently. He's due for a win. I have a little side bet with Henna's that says that if Henna's wins the race, I can retire from my broadcasting career, and he has set the fastest lap there, 1:30.6. Is that a good lap there?
30.6 is pretty okay. Yeah. I would consider that a good lap.
Doesn't sound like you're that impressed.
Oh, it's a good lap. It's pretty good, yeah.
We have
I feel like Hannah himself could go a little bit quicker.
We got Kermit
I've seen
at
him
the
go
moment.
quicker.
You have? Yeah, we got Kermit at the moment. He's set a fastest middle, or not a personal best middle sector, but he's trying to qualify on the medium tyres, and he's abandoned that. Let's go to P10. He's boxed as well. Nobody else seems to be sitting a flying lap per se. They are on laps, but they are not sending. At the moment, I'll just Discord share at least what I see to you. In the meantime, until you let me know that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Until you let me know that. Okay, so we go. So CGS at the moment setting the fastest middle sector, 31.2. That was equal actually at the moment. Well, that's the Mercedes driver at CGS. So
I can see something. Thank you.
perhaps he's trying to impress the Mercedes team. Perhaps it's going to be a George Russell this weekend. He is impressing the team at the moment. So he's just pipped Henna's by 2/10 almost. That's a 1:30.4. Times are tumbling.
How do you feel? Yeah, they are. How do you feel about the whole Russell to Mercedes.
Oh, I called it actually. I did call it yesterday when I was chatting. I said,
Ooh.
see people saying who's going to be in the seat. I said, I bet you Russell. I didn't even read anything about it, but that's the first name that came to my mind.
You think he'll beat Bottas?
Well, I hope so, because remember, Lewis Hamilton's under negotiating terms because he wants more money, and the team say we don't want to pay you more money because it's been a difficult year, obviously for not just Mercedes but for everybody. And when the likes of Lewis Hamilton, which I love as a driver, but I do think he's a little greedy for money. And you know, you've got people like, okay, Lewis Hamilton's $45 million a year contract. George Russell's $1.5 million. George Russell obviously was a test driver for Mercedes, and he is getting $1.5 million, whereas $45 million for Lewis, and Lewis wants that similar amount, I believe. That's negotiating. Now, think about this. Russell gets the seat to drive for the one race, maybe two, and if he can beat Bottas and actually, like, kind of, let's say, annihilate the field, that's got to be something for the negotiation tables, isn't it, for the Mercedes team to go, okay, Lewis, are you sure you want your $45 million contract? Because we've just proven that George Russell can jump into your car for, what, four tenths less of the money and still be as quick. So that'll be interesting to see. I think that would be a very good playing card for Mercedes, where Lewis will have to go, well...
I've talked with a lot of people who actually are thinking about maybe if Russell beats Bottas by a mile now, that they'll just remove Bottas's contract.
I don't think it's fair on Bottas. I think it's actually more of a playing card to say, Lewis, take a big pay cut, and because Bottas isn't paid nowhere near as much as well. He's actually not paid a lot, so it's best for them to keep him. But I think it's that playing card. Say, Lewis, if you don't want to accept a lot less of a salary cap, then you will be replaced by Russell, at least for a year.
I feel like for Hamilton, I think it's important to actually try and do one more year, because he could go for the 8th world title, which would be a milestone in itself.
He could take a year off and come back. I mean, it's not like nobody's going to hire him.
But you know how dominant the Mercedes is right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can get a good car in 2022. It's going to be a playing card, yeah.
But I mean, if say for example, let's say theoretical, Lewis doesn't sign in that contract. They sign Russell. They keep Bottas. If Lewis takes a year off and comes back and say, I want to go back to Mercedes, well, what do you think Mercedes is going to do? They're going to get rid of Bottas and put Lewis there.
I think they'll get rid of Bottas, yeah.
So he's got to play either way.
Yeah.
But it's money. It's all going to come down to money, which is a little disappointing because there's a lot of great drivers out there. But anyway, I'm just super excited that we're going to see Russell, and I think he's going to really bring it. I mean, let's just hope there's no, incidents or mechanical failures where he can just really drive. And remember, it's going to be that fast-paced version of the Bahrain track. So that's going to suit Mercedes in a heartbeat.
I feel like on qualifying times, especially like for Russell, he has an advantage here because there are not too many corners he needs to like learn with the new car. It's going to be like kind of easier to learn the track.
Exactly. And and the seat fitting's fine because they basically just take the mold that's already in the Williams and they slot it into the Mercedes. Because remember those the cockpit area that's in.
I think they're the same format in every car, aren't
for
they?
all cars, for safety it is.
Yeah, the safety.
They're meant to be able to take that cocoon that's around the body. They can actually, in an emergency, luckily they didn't have to do that obviously for Grosjean, but they can take that out of the car and pull the driver and the seat out of the car in a situation where they need to, the driver needs to remain completely still. They got, broken bones and internal bleeding and all that sort of jazz. And and pull them out and then basically put them in the back of an ambulance and get them to the hospital and then slowly remove them from the seat. So that's what it's designed for. So they can slot Russell's already perfectly fitted Williams and put that in the Mercedes. So it's a win-win situation, I think, for both the teams. So Hennes is improving Sector 2 now at 131.197. And see if he can hook it up for the final lap and beat the provisional pole. Yes, he does. Hennes
did it.
Certainly did.
He won 3 tenths in the last sector.
That's
I
good.
saw him the middle sector split after sector 2 with only one 1200 up.
Certainly did. Good call. Somebody was asking if there's any seats available there. That's not up to me, unfortunately, sir. Might have to check with the Discord. Check with the bosses, the admins in the Discord channel about that one. I'm just a commentator. So, who's on our outlap at the moment? It's Edward.
Oh no. Oh, Henderson just nearly drove straight into Goziag, I think he's called.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Goziag.
Well, he's backed
They're
off.
both on an in and an out lap.
Yeah.
Henderson just nearly sent it into him.
Yeah, Goziag.
Oh.
Where's Goziag running P8 at the moment? So, Goziag is about to start his. I'm going to go actually further down to... Who was I on board with before? Oh,
You could turn your screen share off, by the way.
Oh, so are you in? Awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm in.
Okay. That actually
Didn't want to
gives
interrupt
me...
you.
No, not a problem, mate. I got to remember how to do that. Stop streaming. Okay, there it is. I always hit end call accidentally. 1 second.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
Have a drink.
Oh, I'm alone now here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's a good qualifying. 32 on pole. Hender's provisional pole right now. Hender's not going to be able to do another lap, so this is the lap everyone's going to be aiming to beat. C just looking really competitive right now on an out lap.
Oh wow, just caught the end of that. What was Hannah spinning?
No, Hender's went into Hender's not going to be able to do another lap, so this is the lap
who was I on
everyone's
board
going to
with?
be
That
aiming
was
to beat.
CF1. There it is.
C just looking really competitive right now on an out lap.
He just absolutely just a little bit of overspin. And that was done. Cactus, exactly. PPL Ryan.
He's just going out on his out lap right now. Henner's retired, so it's going to be that lap time he's going to aim to beat.
Yeah, 55 seconds to go. So maybe he's just comfortable enough with that one. Maybe Jeff, the team, have informed him.
He didn't have any time.
All right, so who's on a flying lap at the moment? Let's have a look.
Sijos.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
gonna be a good one.
Is yet to start. Oh, I was actually on board with Gozieg, who's was on a flying lap but has invalidated his lap. So this is tricky, isn't it? Too for the drivers. You want to get out there and get a blistering lap in there.
Oh, C just made a mistake. Invalidated.
So he's invalidated as well. We're going to go back to P12. That's Eduardo. That's the AlphaTauri. Eduardo Andretti. He is setting a personal best in the middle sector. 33.125. That's about 2 seconds, almost a second slower than the fastest middle sector of Hennes. And can he at least improve into the top 10? Or at least maybe get into the middle of the field there, maybe even closer to where his teammate is, and he's not invalid. He's just boxed that lap, so don't think there's anything he wants to improve on that. P10, who's that? That's his teammate.
Melvin is improving right now.
Melvin?
Yeah,
yep.
P3.
Let's go to Melvin. Actually, that's the Ferrari driver. Yep. You don't hear the words Ferrari and improving too often in the same sentence.
No, most of the time it's the Spinella one.
Well, it's got this is a crunch time at the moment because I'm seeing a lot of red on the timing boards, and if we all know reds are invalidation, so it's obviously very easy around this track to invalidate. Melvin knows it. If he wants to improve at 31.3 for that middle sector, well, 31.1 is what you want. He's about 2 tenths down on Hennes, but he's probably thinking about a second row position here. I think he could bring it maybe to Sijos. Or Sios, if you want to pronounce it.
Be really close.
Yeah, he's got to hook up this third sector. Short and sweet. Can he try to make this work? No, he's not. So he's not going to improve. He will slot into that P3, but still second row.
And that is Kermit is still on that.
That's
oh, Kermit went in, and that is the qualifying done.
That's definitely qualifying done, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to pull this screen off to the side a little bit so I can see the racetrack better. There it is. Apologies about that. Yeah, so how's that timer? 1:30.2 set by Hennes. Would that be up to Mr.
That's a really good lap.
Neon's approval, seal of approval there?
For me, it would. I like the track. Not fast here though. Feel like I couldn't be faster than the time. It's a really good time. seal of approval, yeah.
Oh, you have some pace too, so if you get that seal of approval from you, that's obviously a very good time.
If you look at this, he's 1.1 up on P4, which is good for Henners. If he's able to pull away in the first 2 laps from Sejos, it's gonna be it's gonna be hard for Sejos to keep with him, because I feel like Henners has the pace advantage here now.
Yeah, go through that order there. Henners, Sejos, Melvin, Max Senna, Eat Before You Drive, Max Clean Shelby, Enzo, Jeb, Gauzier, CF, we're going to run out of time. Kermit, Eduardo, Null Theory, and Keg. Actually, didn't run out of time, got through on time. Hey,
Oof.
Boggles.
Speedy.
And can rapidly through. People are like, what is this Aussie? I can't understand him. Oof. Look at this conditions here. We may be in for some changeable conditions.
Yeah. Sejos, if he could keep in the DRS there, after lap 2, it's going to be a really hard one for Henners to defend. Because the DRS on this track is really strong.
Yeah, the 2 really DRS zones, right? I believe.
Yeah, there's 2, yeah.
There's 2.
One on the main straight, which is a long one. And it comes already at the start of lap 3. Normally you see on the main straight start of lap 4 because the detection point is before the line. But on this track it's after the line.
Alright,
so it's an interesting one.
PPR Ryan's calling Jeb for the win. So Jeb's got some fans out there. Anybody else let us know? Jeb's obviously sent in here the game, said somebody before it was crashed. I saw to avoid boom, and there was nobody actually there. That was Jeb himself that said that. So formation lap, I believe. Yes. Sometimes we get caught off guard with some of these leagues. At least we got the formation lap.
Oh, he got disqualified already.
Yeah, that means that now, as a driver, even though you're going to be reset back to the field to start, doesn't mean you don't get the chance to get that temperature in your tyres, do you?
I think, no, it will disadvantage you. Yeah. I think it does.
Yeah, I believe it just resets your tyres back to a less state than what you'd probably prefer starting.
Yeah, I think it's around 80, and you want around like 90 to 95 for tire temps.
There you have it.
And his brakes are going to be cold.
And the brakes will be cold.
Because the brakes are really cold, yeah.
That's crucial, especially the track temperature as well. It's 25, air's 17, so it's a little cooler than probably what the drivers would like. Going back to the tyres, and I'll show that there. You're going to see.
How do you know that?
Know what? Sorry.
The information about the tracks.
Oh, I have telemetry information. I never ever commentate without 3 screens of telemetry information.
Oh, jeez.
So, and I can tell you this right now too. In 45 minutes, we have rain.
Rain?
Rain towards the end of the race, that's for sure. Yep. I've engineered a few drivers before, so I really love all this data. But I like how...
Oh, yeah. No, Damon, I don't know if you know Damon, started the league, but he's commentating his own league now. But I think this would really help him, so...
Oh, yeah.
Maybe tell him.
I'll shoot you a link as well. They're one of the partners of one of the other racing leagues that I am involved with. I won't mention it, of course, because this is all about PPR. We're not here to cross-promote other leagues, but it is another league. And there is software. It's freely available for anybody to use. So,
thank you.
I'll let the guys know in PPR if they want to perhaps share it to people. That's up to them. It's not my Discord. They put me on the company jet, and they say, "Biggles, can you help commentate?" I'm like, "Sure." So that's what we do, and you've had that.
I feel like Jep's game crashed. I saw him leave a second ago.
He said that, so hopefully we get back there. So you wanna do the race restart, sir? I'm a little exhausted from that. Give you a chance to. Is this the first time you commentated?
For me?
Yeah, it is.
I think I've done like 1.
Okay. Well, there you go. So you get another chance to practice your commentating skills as the lights go out. There we go. The lights do go out. Look at the racing point. What a launch from Hannah's. He's almost got 3, 4, 5, 6 car. That's not even a jump start, is it? No, it's not.
No, it wasn't.
Look at this. 4, 5, 6 cars in the middle. It's almost like there's one car out all by himself, and then both of the Mercedes going to be battling into the first corner. The Alfa Romeo's sniffing in there. He can even slot into P3. That's Max Senna. Clean Shelby. There's already a pack forming. So we got Hannah's out 1.2 seconds ahead already. Then there's this midfield squabble.
Melvin lost both of his end plates already now.
He's got damage.
From P3, that's not a good start.
Yeah, that's the midfield squabble that you'd expect to see at the start of the race. And Kermit is in P7. His teammate, Jeb, that was called to be a race winner. is in P8. That's okay. It's still early days. I wonder if there's going to be team orders at play between both of the Haas drivers, because remember, Kermit's running on those hard tyres, as you can see, so he's expected to go a lot deeper in this race. There's going to be a point for him to hold up his teammate of Jeb. Probably not the best thing. We've already seen a bit of a spread with the field already. But the biggest battles that I can see on track right now, if you can agree with me, is basically with this midfield behind Kermit.
Yeah, I feel like if there's gonna form up a really big DRS train in a second if the DRS kicks in, because it's so hard to gap someone out of the DRS in this track that it's hard to overtake sometimes, but it's easy to stay in that DRS range. So it's gonna be maybe a really long DRS train here.
Absolutely correct. What happened to Hennes? Or that's just a timing screen glitch, I hope.
Oh,
I don't see anything.
No, it's glitched.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong with Hennes at the moment. That's the usual thing. I thought they fixed that. Here we go. Let's see if CF1 can do anything on the outside of Jeb. That's not actually Jeb, it's another driver. That's Null Theory. So that is a place, I believe. That's P5. That's CF1.
Melvin.
No, that's P12. Yes, where he is.
There's a big desync here.
Yep.
Melvin pitted for mediums, so he's gonna go a long game, maybe try and go to the rain if he can.
Interesting
I
already,
think the Keg 24 is in a good position here on those hards, because he could maybe try and go to the rain if it will come in time.
Yep, Keg and maybe even Kermit. Max Senna's retired.
Oh.
Is that? Oh, wow! Look at that huge
And
smash!
another
And there's
goal!
3, 4, 5. Let's try to get around that. That's definitely a safety car. That's definitely a safety car. Look at that.
There's a safety car.
I think we actually caught that on the replay, guys.
Ooh.
Yes, we did. Oh, wow! Wow! Look at that huge
Wow.
smash! And there's
Another
3,
goal!
4, 5. That was almost scary as a Grosjean moment on that one. Oh, wow! I've never seen an accident like that in league racing in a long time.
It's kind of like Coulthard on Belgium, if you can remember in the rain.
That's true, yeah. That was like 6-7 car pileup. Half the grid was gone almost. I'm gonna see that replay again, because that was a lot. Is that? Oh,
Saw the Haas coming into the
Look at that
Alpha
huge
Tauri.
smash.
And
There's
another
3,
goal!
4, 5.
There's a Ferrari and there's
Let's
the
try to get
Williams.
around that. And then I think a few other people almost got damaged trying to avoid that. So we expect to see a ton of people boxing right now.
Yeah.
With damage. So we've got Hennes. We got Eat Before You
Kermit.
Drive. Clean Shelby. Yep, we got practically 3/4 of the field right now boxing. And some of them
Kermit
obviously...
on those mediums. It's a really good decision now, because he's now up into P2 on those mediums. In front of the rest of the field.
Exactly.
It's gonna be really good for him.
If you're Cios or Eduardo, do you think it... Oh, but then again as well, remember, they are teams, so they can't all box at the same time. They have to
That's
allow
also true.
their teammate... Now, obviously, if your teammate has damage, you would want to make sure that your teammate gets that opportunity to box, 'cause especially under a safety car. So,
Kermit for sure has no damage, and on those mediums, those are not like worn off already. Will be good for him. Sijos and Eduardo also stay down on those soft, which could play in the end.
yeah, guys, I mean, we're going to do almost like that Roger and Grosjean accident. We are going to, even though Daniel Ricciardo didn't like it, but we are going to replay that over and over again for a little bit under the safety car. So once again, there's that replay right at the end of it.
Wow!
I wish I would have
Look at
caught
that
a little
huge
bit
And
earlier.
another
And there's
goal!
3, 4, 5.
I'm not even sure what turn that was.
Let's try to get around that.
But a lot of cars really
That's-
came around that corner with absolutely nowhere to go. They couldn't even go left or right. The cars practically had blocked most of the track, so
2 cars diagonal on the track, yeah, which blocked the whole track.
it's blocked the whole
They
track.
didn't, yeah.
That you probably most likely would be an actual red flag situation if it was a real Formula One. But at least the safety car was brought out, because I've actually seen this in league races where you've had accidents like that and no safety cars being deployed, which has been surprising.
Wow.
And at least this time it's given us an early safety car in Russia. It only took
Really
lap 2.
goalies.
And they're going to bunch up, but I believe safety car will not be in this lap because 2 cars are still catching the back of this field. So we will have to see these cars. Oh, why was...
Yeah, it will give
Keg
you
going this
the
way.
notification at the beginning of the split of sector 2 and 3.
Sector 3, that's right.
That's where it will give you the notification if
I
it will go
believe
in, so
I
it's
believe
one more
if
lap.
you have at least 99% of the cars. Like usually if it's only one car that's
Yeah.
straggling, it'll go in. If not,
If there's at least two,
Yeah, but I
two
think
or three
it's always 2 laps minimum
guys. Okay. Yeah, you
as
got it.
well. Oh,
So-
somebody went in again.
Yeah, that's correct. That is actually Null Theory. So is Null Theory serving a penalty? I think it was a
Yeah, he
drive-through
is.
penalty. Yes, it was. I saw that on
No,
my...
it's a 5-second one.
Yeah, 5 second for something, maybe under the other. I saw a time penalty come up on the radio messages about that. So I saw somebody was either speeding the pit lane or serving a time
The
penalty.
softs.
Well,
He went to softs. That's
I
an interesting
think that's a
choice.
good strategy because rain is coming in 45 minutes, but you're going to make those softs go to that time. That's the call, isn't it?
You think the softs will last?
I don't, but maybe he's gambling on another safety car situation. Maybe he's gambling on something else. I don't know.
What
So-
he can do now is gonna have the grip advantage on all the guys in front. So he's gonna be able to overtake a few in the opening laps here after the safety car.
Yeah, not a bad idea, isn't it, to gain a lot of positions with that. And this is another interesting thing now, exactly. As Grewal, I never pronounce your name, sorry, mate, on the YouTube chat is saying, Kermit's leading? Holy crap, how did I not see that? Well, that's because he lucked out very well. Remember Kermit started, I believe. Let's go through that starting positions real quickly there. He started there. He's gained 10 positions, so he started in P10 or P11 if you're gaining positions. So I believe he was in P10 or 11. Safety car is going to be in this lap, so yeah, Kermit was at the right place at the right time as well, because there was drivers that couldn't do too much to avoid those collisions. And why is there a bit of a switcheroo occurring, I believe, between P3 and P4? That's Keg losing out there too, Waddle, or is there... Anyway, so as the safety car is going to be in now, Kermit's going to become our race leader. How do you feel like if you're Kermit and Cjos obviously is going to have those fresh... Oh, Cjos is actually showing as being disconnected, so I hope that's not the case. We'd like to see some racing. But how are you going to go? Try to defend. Remember, the soft tires are going to be so much more grippier. Under the safety car restart, this is the time for those soft drivers to get on with it. And racing is underway. So Kermit leading this race.
Cjos's bot would maybe be able to do something here, actually.
Yeah, I believe he's showing
Nice.
he's been disconnected. Oh, look at the start that they got there. Eduardo is all the way down the track. So this is a battle between Kermit and Cjos. CJ.
It's a big fight in the midfield right now. A lot of cars.
Oh yeah, that looks like Melvin's actually showing he's been disconnected, so he's throwing a spanner in the mix here. Look at Null Theory coming out of nowhere as well. There's Enzo on the Ferrari. There's another Ferrari of Melvin that's being AI.
Enzo has no wing. He misses an end plate. I think he's hit someone again. There.
Yeah, the racing point now. Gauzy Eggs in their head, sniffing to get past. That's right. That's Enzo now slowing up his teammate of Melvin. But if Melvin is AI'd, which he is, Gauzy Eggs should have no problems. But then again, it looks like Melvin is actually driving that car, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just a glitch. I hope that all the drivers
I think it's his
here.
bot. Oh,
Gauzy, yes.
Whew.
He caught that one. I think we got a little replay of that one, so that little spin
Which he
there just
is.
overcooked it.
Gauzy
And those
Eggs
hard
should have
tyres as
no
well, too,
problems,
not coming
but
up
then
to
again, it looks
temperature.
like Belvedere is actually driving that
And
car,
you
so
can
I don't
just
know
see
what's going on. Maybe it's
in
just
the
a glitch.
replay. I hope
Any
that all the
second
drivers
now.
I think it's
he's
his
out of that
bot.
corner just a little bit
Oh,
too
Gauzy.
wide onto the paint. No grip
You
there.
can also see
Let's go.
Hennis has fell back. Hennis is all the way on Cjos right now.
Yep, I'm on board with Hennis. Thank you for calling that one out. I see us once again is showing he's disconnected, so if it's his bot's driving, his bot's doing a pretty good job. I think there's only been a matter of time then if it is his bot. The bot's not going to put up. I don't know. That doesn't
Oh,
look
there
like
was
a
a
bot
squeeze.
driving, does it? That does not look like a bot driving.
No, don't feel like a bot squeezes that much.
No.
The
Is
bots
that-
break that early though.
That's job done for Hennis.
No, it is a bot. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, on soft tyres too.
If
We'll
it is
get
his
the
bot,
replay.
that one. Let's have a look at
The
that.
bot's not
real
going to put up.
You can
I don't
see.
know. That doesn't
Oh,
look
there
like
was
a bot
squeeze
driving, does it?
line
That
there.
does not look like a bot.
No,
It's going to be a straight drag
don't
fight
feel like
here.
a
Us
bot
would not be
squeezes that
enabled
much.
just
No.
at that point too. So that's
The
just
bots
pure
break that
engine
early though.
versus
That's
engine.
job done for
driver
Hennis.
versus driver. But Hennis looked all too easy. So believe it or not, the two front runners are running on those medium compound tyres. Let's go to Keg in P6. He's gaining on the back of Eduardo, who should be quicker, I would imagine.
on those soft tires, but at the moment, just not. This is hard versus soft as well, so I'm sure Awado knows it. He's running very, very wide there, and a lot of drivers do that and actually get away with that. As CF1 obviously did something wrong, and Kermit getting their first penalties. So Awado at the moment just
Dean
under
Shelby
big
has
pressure.
spun out on those new hards. Just came out of the pit lane, didn't warm them well enough. And out of turn 2, spun.
Yeah, I'm surprised that these guys haven't struggling so much on these hard tires.
Oh, he's lost his wing again. He's just pitted for those hards. He's lost the wing.
Now he's going to have to go all the back way around the track because he's only just entering into Sector 2 at the moment. I'm just keeping an eye on that battle between Awado and Doretti and Keg. Keg is actually on the hards, believe it or not, trying to put pressure. There's a battle between both of the Mercedes. That's a position for P3 and P4. That's eat before you drive. And CJ, does that mean eat before you drive got ahead of CJ? And if that's the call,
We'll look for you.
that means that those softs are starting to fall off the cliff already on 6 laps. Not to mention 2 laps of those were under safety cars, so they shouldn't be as worn as you'd imagine.
Oh,
Yellow, that's
and there's
for-
no theory.
Yeah, that's P9, P10 now. There he is. Stopped on track. That's the Williams driver. That was in coming around that big pool complex, isn't it? Because remember, this used to be a Olympic.
This is the Olympic. This is built
Yeah.
for the Olympic Park. Yeah.
Exactly. That was a big.
You build you drive around the stadiums actually.
Oh, here we go at the front. Sorry to cut you off there. There's Kermit and Hannah's. Is that her? Hannah's getting past Kermit. Yes, it is. So Hannah's really loving these fresh tyres at the moment and just getting on with it. Making up for his qualifying. Remember, he qualified in P1 after dropping back a few positions and now back into where he wanted to be from the start of this race. I think Hannah's wants the Biggles to retire from broadcasting. That is the bet. Come on, Hannah's, put me to bed. I want to drop the microphone and say thank you very much for the last time. We'll see.
Gozzi is going to overtake Melvin here.
Yeah, good call. It's just about to go on that when you called that at the same time. Let's see what he can do.
Great minds think alike.
You're a racing mind too, so Melvin's showing X'd. So a few drivers in this race, so hopefully it's not having any disconnection issues with the. Look at this, an easy run, isn't it? Gozzi Egg.
No theory retired after speeding.
Oh,
the
he
pit
spins
lane.
butt. Gozzi Egg, I think he hit the brakes a little bit too late. Caught the end of that. Cody didn't give me the right camera angle.
Retired after.
We'll see it on the
speeding
replay.
the
He
pit
spins
lane.
butt towards the end
Always
of that.
Cody.
Gozzi Egg, I think he hit the
just
brakes. Outbraked himself. And that caused him into a spin. Now he's managed to regain back on the track. I'm not sure if he got damage on there. He didn't. He was very lucky on that one. So the rain is still coming. 30 minutes time. That's going to be, I would have to predict, probably around, what do you think? Lap 15? Lap 16?
I think a little bit later actually.
A little later. So we're going to have a spicy end to this race.
Oh no, Keg. Keg tried to overtake Seajoss, but then he overbraked himself and hit the wall. Lost his wing.
He's gone very wide at the moment too. He's struggling big time. In fact, he's almost going to try to turn it and can't turn it in. He's got no end plate. Remember, he's got half a wing missing. And he's having
He got a
to
10-second time penalty there.
exceeding the track limits, exactly. It's a bit unfair because you can see he's trying to get out of the way. He's trying to get out of the way.
That will be. That will not be served actually.
Yeah, that should be
It's
removed
really
from that,
slow.
definitely, because he was just trying to do the right thing by not destroying other people's races. That's very sportsmanship of you, Keg. We're on your side, sir, as you're going to box and get that McLaren team to spend another £30,000 for a new front wing. They won't be coming out of your salary, by the way. You did the right thing. Anyway, still plenty of racing to go, remember, so I don't suggest for drivers to give up. I do see drivers give up after a while if they realise, oh, well, you know, it's too late for me to come back now. But if you've got weather on the horizon, that can certainly change things around if you call the right strategy. And I've actually seen some of the best drivers call the worst strategies, especially if they listen to Jeff. I mean, you know, we all know Jeff's a great guy, but Jeff makes a lot of mistakes as well.
Jeff is always drunk.
Jeff is always drunk.
That's how I had it with the rain. Experience.
Poor Jeff. They like it when he predicts the right strategy for people, but they hate it when he picks the wrong one. A lot of drivers, actually, the key. What do you think as a driver? Is that when Jeff says come in, do you listen to him, or do you wait for that call where it says DRS?
Most of the time, I
stable?
try to predict it myself, actually. Which is a good point to look at is the DRS activation and deactivation. But I feel like what you also said yesterday is sometimes if it is disabled, it's a little bit too late, and if you come in 1 lap earlier, it will put you in a massive advantage sometimes. Depends on how hard the rain is coming.
Exactly, and as an engineer, and I've engineered drivers before, I'm not just a commentator, I don't really have much time to engineer drivers, unfortunately, anymore, but I always think if you do have that engineer looking over your shoulder like I do with all that data and all that juicy information, well, you know, that undercut really can pay off, because I'm pretty good now with this data of predicting almost on what lap it's going to come down, whereas a lot of the drivers, if you don't have the luxury of a Jeff or a Biggles and so forth, or whoever your engineer is called, you then have to just rely completely on what the computer's going to tell you. Now, the computer will tell you in the last minute, yeah, but it won't tell you what I can tell you to box maybe 1 lap earlier or 1 lap later. We saw that actually with Richie the other day. Oh, who's running really wide? That's Eduardo. That's cost him the position. No, he's not. He's lifted for some reason. He's struggling now on those soft tires. You can see the times are not right up there. Hennes is in the 136 on the mediums. 140 for CJ on the softs, and a 139 with an invalidation. That means a time penalty for Eduardo. So, yep. This is the time to definitely get off those worn softs. Because obviously you're going to be losing.
I feel like it's nearly becoming time, yeah.
3 seconds a lap.
You're going to be losing time now.
Definitely 3 seconds. Kermit picks up his penalty. Another one. He's got 2 of them now.
Oh, and Sijos is backwards.
Yeah, Sijos now, he's struggling as well. So that's the time. And he's going to be... Where is he? He's still got a couple more corners to go before he can actually box. That must be super frustrating, isn't it? You know you want to get in there and get fresh tyres. The last thing you want to do is spin just a couple of corners before you can get to visit your team. Which he certainly will be doing right now.
Also in the lucky place, it's in the end of the lap for a spin, which is then considered lucky, because if you spin turn 1, that's going to be a whole different story.
So Eat Before You Drive's got past Kermit? I didn't see what that happened. There it is. It must have been a mistake from Kermit. He's dropped back to P3. Eat Before He Drives up into P2. The hard tyres are working for him at the moment. A 136.7 last lap. The only man that's faster than him is the man that's in the lead of this race, which is Hannes. So it's very good to Eat Before You Drive. That strategy's kind of paid off for him. Remember, he's boxed at the same time under the safety car as Hannes. He decided to go for the hards. Hannes decided to go for the mediums. This could be a good strategy play because Eat Before You Drive only has to get those hards to go for another 20 minutes before they switch to the inters. And I would say they have to switch to the inters when it gets wet. Can Hannes make these medium tyres go for another 20 minutes? That's going to be... What did we predict? What lap? I think you called it?
If it's 20 minutes exactly, it will be around lap 23, I consider. But I don't know how the game on a 50% if it's then only 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's sped up a little bit, I believe, which means that I think... Let's say lap 20, okay? So let's just pull a round number.
Would be a good time.
Yeah, that means that, you know, Hennes on 9 laps, theoretically. He's done on those mediums.
Kermit is in.
Kermit's in. So did he get damage? Yes, he did.
I think...
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too early for him to come in, so that definitely there was damage. So he's gone to the softs, which is a smart strategy because you don't have to make those softs go to the end with the rain coming, if they are aware of it, if Jeff has made them aware of it, hopefully. And also Eduardo as well. Did he get damage? What's his pit stop time? I'm seeing a 34 for one of the drivers.
Hennes and Eat Before You Drive are actually on a pretty similar pace right now.
28.
Eat Before You Drive is losing around 4/10 a lap maybe now, but that's going to be less and less as the time goes on because those hards are going to play in a big advantage here in a second.
Yeah, Kermit's also going to get past Gauzier getting second right now. Look at this. It's hards versus... Sorry, mediums versus hards. Kermit's remembers on those mediums. Look at the traction that he has. He's kind of like taking candy from a baby, taking candy from a racing point. That's the Haas. It looks all too
softs, isn't
easy.
it?
Yeah, softs, yeah.
Yeah, you said meds.
Taking candy from a baby. We got the replay. Baby taking candy from a racing point. That's the Haas.
We do have a
It
pretty
looks
much
all
softs,
out
isn't
easy.
it?
Yeah, softs, yeah.
Hey, Ryan's
Yeah,
back.
you said meds.
Missing some of the action, Ryan. I think you caught the safety car. Ryan, there's rain in 10 minutes, mate, so get your umbrella ready or your poncho. You're sitting out there in the grandstands. And looking sunny right now, but it's going to rain. Hannes picks up
Penalty
his
by
first
Hannes.
penalty. Well, that might play into Eat Before He Drives hands later on. Or
There's a
even-
late safety car. That's not gonna be
Yes.
good for him.
Exactly, and that's very much possible as well, considering rain's coming. You know what happens? A lot of those drivers find it
Pick
very,
up
very
more
tricky.
penalties.
Yeah, and that's Gauzier boxing at the moment too. So he's done already with 10 laps.
The
on
hards, 8
hards.
laps.
Yeah, there must be a problem. He must be really fixing something because we'll see anyway. So we're watching him enter the pits. not
Yeah,
pits.
there's a wing waiting.
Yep. There it is. And it's amazing, isn't it? They just put the wing over top of the other wing. They don't bother to take the other one off. They still have not
He
fixed
just
that.
did the fastest lap. Thinks he just himself was back into the race. Not his
Yeah.
bot anymore.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. I'm happy about that one. I hate to see when the drivers aren't driving, and I'm sure they want to drive. They're just having disconnection issues and things like that.
Yeah, this is himself again. Could just see it at the line, because the AI drive a really weird line sometimes.
So
Do you reckon Henders will stretch these mediums until the rain falls? Or do you think he'll try and go stop and then go back to eat before you drive?
I would, because if he boxes now, well, I mean, he's not too bad. A pit stop around here is 29 seconds. He's got a 30-second gap to Jeb, so that's not too bad. He's not going to lose that, you know. And it's not like the close bunch that we do see in like the top tier racing, and even though these guys are Division 2, you know, the faster you get with the guys, they get closer, bunched up. And when they're that close, you know, you're only separated by usually 10 seconds or 15 seconds from the top 10, which means a pit stop basically going to bunch you to the back of the field. At this point, he's not too
He's just
bad.
on the back of Eduardo right now. Seems like it's going to be an overtake on this straight. Oh, it's here already. That's early.
Yeah, fresh tires. Look at that. It all looks too easy. Another one taking candy from a baby.
Eduardo's on fresh tires too.
Oh, that's true. Does he have a problem? No, he shouldn't have. He did box to fix some damage. But both of them look like they have all the crucial goodies attached to their front wings. Somebody's predicting Eat Before You Drive as the race winner. Well, it is possible, especially if you have a late safety car and so forth. I mean, we know Hannes has a nice 8, 9, almost 10-second gap right now. Jeb, 23 seconds. So there's a big spread with the top 3.
What I don't understand at the moment about Jeb is he has 100% of ERS. Doesn't seem like he's using it
Oh, you know,
as much.
I gotta get rid of that. I actually forgot about turning that off.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't like actually having that information up for people because as a race engineer
Oh,
myself,
it's helping.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. And people do watch the stream and they can see that. Anyway, I'm sure if people actually, some of these drivers are actually
I'm
sharing
sorry.
their stuff on
I'll
Twitch.
shut up.
No, it's I don't think they're taking it that seriously. You never know. But that information is crucial for the other drivers.
gonna
I
look at
but
the
I had
times
it.
of
I had it
time.
showing on the screen anyway, so I didn't. I forgot to get rid of it. I usually always get rid of that.
Kermit 4.1 seconds quicker last lap
Yeah.
than Jeb.
Yep. We're on board
He's
Kermit right
flying.
now too. He's absolutely flying. We might have to go to
So again,
Gauzier. We'll go back
5.1 now.
quickly to Gauzy because he's going to be on the back of Melbourne anytime soon. Is Melbourne still showing a ghosted, well, not ghosted, but he's got an X next to his name, so he's under control by the AI. Is he an
If
AI?
you look to the
As a
yeah,
driver?
he is.
Okay.
If you look to the skies, by the way, it's beginning to get really cloudy now.
Mm-hmm.
Sky's turning darker and darker every
It's
second. you
coming.
speak.
I told you. 15 minutes now. Maybe 10. Getting close. We called lap 20, right? I believe, guys out there. On the YouTube
yeah,
bot.
you did.
Yeah, you agreed with me. So you're in with me as well, mate. We can't back off now. We're a team.
Yeah.
We're
It's
committed.
commentator team.
You said great
Big
minds think
prediction.
alike, right?
Yeah. I'll just step in with your mind right now.
You're a great commentator, by the way. I'm having a lot of fun. First time we've done this together. Thank you, and I do appreciate. Thank you very much for stepping in. Absolute last minute to help without any planning.
No
This is great.
It's fine.
CJ's on the back of Enzo now right now, so this is a battle for P6. As a driver, where is he going to line up his pass? We're on board with CJ. Oh,
It's going to do it here.
It's going to do it here, isn't it? Look at that.
It's going to be an easy overtake with the ERS here.
Yeah.
DRS, I mean.
That's just
Kermit is still absolutely flying to jab on those softs. Still cut this lap, cut around 3 seconds, I feel like.
Yeah, CJ's is actually on the same pace now of Kermit. So now he's in clean air. He's setting purples. So he wants to get on with it and get up the road. But we will go to Kermit, actually, because as you said, he's absolutely flying right now. And he's going to be in the back of Jeb in no time. Ryan says he's scared. It's getting dark. It's all right, Ryan. We got you, mate. We're all together.
Oh wait, Jeb actually left.
Oh, have not.
I saw a small X mark next to his name in the braking zone.
Oh, we're going to go aboard Kermit and see that. Oh, there is too. Let us know out there, guys. Ryan? Any of the guys there? Grewal? Max? Can you see if you can find out what happened to Jeb?
He just did the fastest lap on the softs, by the way.
He did.
2 lap old softs.
Yep. But which he needs to get on with it. He can chew through those tires right now because once again, rain's on the horizon. 10 minutes time. We called it lap 20. We're on lap 17. 3 minutes time. Good, you're staying, Ryan. It's okay, mate. I told you a few laps ago to get your umbrella ready. Kermit's about to get ready on Jeb. I don't think there's going to be much of a fight, is it? Because Jeb. Oh, he does tap the back of Jeb. Does he realize he's battling with an AI?
Wing damage.
Did he get wing damage on that one? No, he didn't, luckily. Maybe a little. It's cosmetically looks okay at the moment. Luckily,
no, it looks totally fine.
Yeah, it's not. Luckily, it's not full simulation damage. Because, yep, Ryan's going to check out and find out what happened for us with Jeb. That'll be awesome, mate. Already, the other drivers that are showing his AI would be much appreciated because. Remember on the horizon? Overtake. Yeah, this is all too easy, isn't it? Right now, against a. I don't know. The car looks like it turns in.
Oh, and C-Just is the other way around. Lost his wing. Third last score. Spitting again.
It's lucky it's near the box, isn't it? That's the luckiest place you could possibly want to have an accident.
And there's another spin. Eduardo spun too.
Is it too early to go to Inters? If you're that far back? Oh, he's retired from the session. Why, CJ? There's rain on the horizon. You still have a race on. You could have even taken a gamble and gone to the Inters. It might be a little earlier, but you know what? If you're outside the points, what have you got to lose?
How did Eduardo just get a speeding? I've just seen him go into the pit with 40. That's.
It shows a stop go penalty. Yeah, I'm not showing the information. There it is. Yes, it's over 5 seconds there. So Gauzy is on the back now of CF1. That's 3 lap softs versus 10 lap mediums. Yeah, Hennis did the right call, I think, by staying out longer. His lap time's still pretty impressive, 1:36.6. He's still the fastest man on track at the moment. He is the fastest man on track, so even on 15 laps, even though Gauzy at the moment, his best lap was 1:34. He does have the fastest lap, but his last lap was 1:36.7, so he's just 1 tenth down on the pace, even though he's got fresh, soft tires. Jeb said, unfortunately, had good pace, man. Why did you leave? Exactly, Jeb. We're curious because...
Oh, he lagged out. I will message Hennis if he can invite you back.
Yeah, it's still got a race on. No, it's actually showing him as retired from the session, so no, he's still in it. Yeah, Jeb. You should be able to do it. Too much ping. I don't know. Well, mate, in 5 minutes' time, there's going to be some rain. So...
Up lap 20.
Strategy calls.
It's going to be close.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a big gamble to try Inters right now. Because the track's still dry. But if you're running... Say if you're running like, you know, your clean Shelby. I'm running P11 at the moment. You're 7 seconds down the road from your teammate. really, you have not too much to lose. I would say maybe even on lap 19, maybe right on 20 box. Just before it rains. It might be a good idea. Who knows? Mikhail says, come on, Hannahs and gauzy egg. G'day, Mikhail. Good to see you, mate. Interesting. Mikhail, what do you think about... Yeah, Mikhail's also a great driver. What do you think, Rain, Mikhail? We're predicting lap 20. I might have to push it back to lap 21 now. I say
we may
first
see
drops.
the first drops lap 20.
Yeah, first drops lap 20. You can see right now. But definitely boxing time. What do you guys think out there on YouTube? When do you think is going to be the perfect time to box, and who should do it? Obviously, these drivers like Hennessy, before you drive, Jeb, who've been out there running those tires for quite some time now, as well as CF1, and obviously Enzo. Enzo must be really struggling right now. In P6, he's running those tires on 11 laps. He is, yeah, he's doing 138s at the moment. He's definitely struggling. But then again, so's Jeb. But Jeb, I believe, is not actually in control of the car, as we just heard from disconnection issues. So that's the reason why he's lapping in the 139s. Eat Before He Drives lapping in the 136.6. And Hennes, our race winner, is lapping in the 136.2s. Still got the pace. Grewell said, I don't think it's going to rain for the next 4 laps. Oh, it's in 5 minutes' time. It's going to be certainly close. A lap around here, remember. 135.
Maybe they're going to be safe enough, and like maybe some people will risk it to the Inters. But I think it's maybe if it's 5 minutes, it will be too late to actually gain an advantage of it. Yeah, because you'll lose 29 seconds.
You will.
And if it's only a little bit of light rain, the slicks will still be faster.
But remember, it gets slippery very quickly, and these walls are very close, and I certainly take no prisoners around here. So it just
and the tires are old already.
Yeah, one little slip up, remember, and you hit that barrier, it's game over. So sometimes it is worth it. Remember it well too. Hennes and Eat Before You Drive. These guys have a pit stop in their pocket. You got to go back to Kermit. Kermit's 40 seconds away from Hennes right now. So a pit stop at Eat Before You Drive. Well, he almost has a pit stop in his pocket, almost. So, but Hennes definitely has a pit stop.
Jeb said he could maybe commentate with you. If you have a new commentator over here.
Yeah, mate, for sure, for sure. Even come in and chat to us now if you like, mate. That's not a problem. If you're sending him the invite, or if you send him the invite, if you're friends with him, because we're, I believe, we're on a chat.
No, I'm not.
Mikhail said rain starting in 5 minutes. Waiting for Inters. Conditions is another. That's true. Well, we haven't seen the spots there. We did call it. There it is. There's the spot. Finally, we got it on lap 20.
It is lap 20.
Yep.
Perfect.
Right
Great
on cue. Yeah. Obviously, it's not exactly what Mikhail said. It's not going to be wet enough, but we did say we predicted the rain to come now, but we didn't say whether or not they're actually going to switch to Inters at this point. So they're all pretty much spread out. You can see the interval times. I haven't got too much of a battle to see apart from this one. With Keg, the Kegster on Jeb. But remember, Jeb had mentioned there in the chat, he's got a lot of lagging issues, and his AIs in P4 is the most depressing thing he's ever seen. Well, guess what, Jeb? Your AI is now in P5, so if you want to see anything more depressing, that's...
No, undercut by the AI?
Jeb, your AI's coming back, mate. It ain't over yet. That's because Keg's making a mistake. Is that because it's slippery? Is that because the conditions are getting a little trickier and the AI somehow is trained a little better in these conditions? You had to be re-invited to join. Well, that's up to Hennes, and he's in this race. I don't know if the other guys are still in here. I can't invite you at the moment. Now Keg's going to have that run down the back straight. That should all look all too... We thought it looked all too easy before, but don't doubt the Jeb ghosted AI car. Well, he's not ghosted, but don't jump the Jeb AI in this race. I don't know if the other guys
are still in here. It's going to be a late safety car. It's going to be really hard for Hennes, by the way, to get that.
Now Keg's going to have that
3
run down the back
seconds
straight.
away from Eat Before You Drive.
That should...
And it's beginning to get slippery, so there's a bigger risk of it every lap we go.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? You're just saying, do you take that gamble of staying out on the dries, even though it's going to be rain?
Oh, and
so
he didn't hit the wall, but Hennes spun like nearly a 180.
So it's slippery. Should Hennis doesn't box yet, this is also a bit of a gamble as well. Now, he doesn't want to lose to Eat Before... The only person he's battling on track right now is Eat Before You Drive, remember? Because he has a pit stop. He can box right now and easily come out ahead of Kermit.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Eat Before You Drive, he'll have to try to come back with, but
you could also see Eat Before You Drive is actually at the moment closed up by 4 seconds to Henner's, which is a lot for now. Stage of the race.
All right, Mikkel, you're probably, I'm not sure if you're the race engineer of Hennes. What do? Do you tell your driver who's losing some time right now? And I really don't want to commentate curse Hennes, but I've seen Hennes actually like lose it towards the end of a race, and I don't want Hennes to do that.
That's a jinx.
I'm not jinxing Hennes. I'm going to bring it out there right now. I just hope that he doesn't do that. I've seen Hennes make little mistakes towards the end of the race when he's got the pressure on. I think he might have got the experience now under his belt not to be crumble under that pressure. But these are difficult times for this driver. He's not used to... Well, he's led a few races before, but he hasn't not used to winning races. And this is...
Wow, that's a statement.
That's but I want him to win, as I said. Like, I've been wanting Hennes to win a race for a very long time now, and I hope this could be his first one. I'm going for him. I also want to make sure that he keeps it cool, calm, and relaxed.
Oh, we have a retired car in Sector 3.
That's
Will be safety cars in the middle of the track.
Oh, there's a virtual. So
Virtual.
now, Hennes is coming around the final corner. Almost. Yes, he's going to box. This has to be the time to box, Hennes.
Yeah,
this is it. He called it. So this is a cheap pit stop. Does he go to the inters?
Yeah, there's the car.
This is a difficult... There's the car stopped. That's right. That was...
yeah, he should do inters.
Yeah, it's a huge gamble, isn't it? It's going to be light rain. It's not wet enough, but can you afford to put dries on again?
Before You Drive is also in. Hennes is the only one gonna be able to get profit from this, because Hennes will have a full.
And he's the first of the inters now. Eat Before You Drive. He's also, as I said, followed him in as well, so he's doing the same situation there. Kermit, a lot further down the road. Now's the activation point that a lot of drivers like to go for. That's the DRS. Now remember, the virtual safety car is no longer there, so Eat Before You Drive
Kermit
has lost a little bit of time there. Hennes, a 14-second gap. That's helped him out a lot. Kermit's boxing. We'd expect everybody to box right now.
This one, Hennes around 4 seconds actually back. It's unlucky.
Is the rain harder? It stays light. It's actually looking like the rain's going to be fairly light. I don't think it's going to ever get into the wet territory. Not that we're going to have time. Oh, look how hard it is for Keg to get around the final corner to get in the box.
Another car out. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb.
Yeah, everybody is. In fact, apart from the two guys that have already put the inters on, which is Hennes and Eat Before You Drive, everybody is in the box right now. Apart from just a couple more cars that are coming around the final corners to actually put those inters on. You can see the spray. The DRS has been disabled, which is FIA's version of it's time to go to inters, boys. See the rain coming down. Now, Hennes is looking very, very good to win this race on lap 23 or 27. The last thing Hennes wants right now is the safety car, because he doesn't want Eat Before that 16-second gap that he's got for Eat Before You Drive to be all disappeared. But that's obviously something that both Eat Before You Drive, Kermit, Keg would like. I'll tell you one person that would like it even more is obviously the AI ghost of Jeb, because 1.6 seconds, actually gaining a lot of time of Keg. So he's not back in, I believe. He said it was disconnected. But Jeb's ghosted car is doing a fantastic job. Is catching the back of Clean Shelby, who's gone straight.
Pit.
Oh no, yeah, he's a lap down. And he struggled.
But he didn't pit as well. He's still mediums.
The Jebbot.
That's a struggle.
That's right, the Jebbot.
Jebbot. Oh, Gozzy! Gozzy's just lost it.
Where did he lose? He lose it just out of that circle section in the first.
Yeah,
sector.
he did. Yeah. If you go to Enzo's car right now, you will see his car on the right side of the track, with the wheel off. He spun off, hit the right side.
Oh,
on
there
the
he
wall,
is. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's not going to bring out a safety car. It will be
not a full safety. It's too late in the race. It needs to be 4 laps for a full safety car to go out.
So this might give an opportunity for Clean Shelby to finally box to get off these medium tires. Remember, he's running plump last at the moment, but
this is lucky for Hennes as well, because if this was a full safety car, Hennes would have lost it.
Well, not lost it, but he would have been able to lose that 20-second lead.
He has.
No, but he maybe would have lost the win because the penalty. Oh, and there's the drive.
Eat before you drive could have a few warnings as well, so he's got to look out for that. But at the moment, finally it has to be for Clean Shelby to box. If you want to keep it clean, Shelby, you need to box because, I mean, he must be struggling like crazy on those tyres. He's like, oh, thanks God. Thanks for that virtual safety car, even though it was finished by the time he entered the pits, but still, that gave him a little bit of time to back off from the speed and kind of nurse that car around. So, Hender's at the moment leading this race from Eat Before You Drive from Kermit. Kermit's having a bit of a lonely race out there in P3, as well as Eat Before You Drive. Kegs being in the action. He's been battling a little bit too with Jeb, as Jebbot. Enzo's boxing. That's the Ferrari driver. Is he serving a drive-through?
Yeah, he sped under VSC.
Oh. Yeah, there it is.
At the end, it's really tricky. If you go like 0.001 into the red on the end, it gives you a drive-through penalty.
Well, they'll catch you out, don't they? There's no forgiving. It's the same thing with corner cutting, isn't it, in this game?
No. Yeah, in this game for sure, in some tracks. Really doesn't like you. Seems like Henderson is just taking it easy at this point.
Yeah,
getting the car home.
Enzo's in the box now. He's going to be a little bit behind Melvin. 6.9 seconds. That might come into play a little later on there. That's going to be a battle for the Ferrari team, although Enzo does have that extra 6 seconds of penalties. So if he does get past Melvin with 2 laps to go to get 6 seconds up the road, that's a tall ask, isn't it? Anyway, we'll have to go on board with Hennes. And he's a little bit of a lonely race, but this could be it. Hennes might actually give me the opportunity to retire my commentating career, as per the bet. Hennes wins the race. I can disconnect the microphone for the last time and retire from broadcasting. Thank you, Hennes. All my life, all my career,
I've been doing this. For this?
Yep. Since I believe March, actually probably April, since I've been starting to do commentating for racing games, virtual games. Yeah,
all your life, yeah, for sure.
All my life. and don't whatever you do, Hennes, please don't bin it right now.
Imagine if he gives the win to Eat Before You Drive.
No, he deserves this. He's been doing a lot of league racing, and is a great guy. Add him as a friend. You guys, you'll see a lot of Hennes in MRL. That's a great league as well. Oh, sorry, I'm not meant to speak about. I'm not meant to speak about other leagues. Anyway, Hennes is in other leagues. Put it that way. We're all racing. Eat Before You Drive as well. Yep, that's right, Kermit. Keg, Jebbot's doing a pretty good job actually. Jeb, you can't be too disappointed with your bot. This guy's sus.
Yeah. Who's Neon? That's not me. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I don't know what the DRL stands for, but we won't mention that, will we?
No, we won't.
I actually don't know what that stands. You can actually send me a message about that one. I don't know that league. So,
there it is.
We still have 9 drivers remaining in this race, which is not too bad actually, because we had 14 from the start. Do I have a replay of what happened? That I didn't keep that replay anymore.
The big boy crash.
Hennes, and he's in this race. I don't know if that big crash isn't there anymore. Mikhail said 25. He thought, was that 25 for the time to box? For it was too wet? I think it was a little early in that, wasn't it? If he crashed in the final 2 sectors of lap 24, they're discussing the rules. I don't think anything Hennes needs to worry about right now, apart from that 3-second penalty. But with 22 seconds down the road, you know what, Hennes? If you really want to go out and style, well, 29 seconds for a pit stop, that might be a tall ask. To box and put some fresh inters on and try to set a fastest lap. Come on, Hennes, at least bring us a fastest lap on the inters.
You should end it in the pit lane.
Can you do that on this track?
You can.
You can.
It's the pit lane. The finish line is really shortly on the straight already.
Oh, there you go. What if he's listening? If he'll try to spin across the line. I saw a driver do that. Try to spin across the line. Spinned a little bit too early. Crashed.
Oh no.
the game said disqualified because, you know, if you crash out completely in the game, that's it. It disqualifies you for terminal damage. And thus, his car still travelled across the line, but the game actually disqualified him before he crossed the line. So that became a very debating topic later on and with the stewards. I'm not sure what the outcome was. To me, it's like if the game says you're disqualified, you're disqualified. Even if your car's still physically moving on the track, you're not actually in control of it anymore.
What I've just noticed, Jeb bot is actually going on for a podium right now, for P4 right here.
Because of the penalty situation.
The penalties here.
Yeah, that's right. Keg has got 13 seconds of penalty, unlucky for some. As Ecuador's kind of there in the mix, moving out of the way. Obviously, the blue flags have been shown to him. Bit of a lonely race he's had too, apart from the start. Not a very good day for the AlphaTauris. However, points are still there for him, which is good. I never say it's a bad day if you're getting points. You can hear the engine just revving like crazy for Jebbot. Jebbot can actually... Jebbot, you must be pretty happy about it, at least with your bot doing a pretty good job. There's Henners spinning across the line. And he won the race.
Wow, Henners.
Finally. Well,
Finally,
I think he has won one before.
25 seconds in front of the rest.
Yeah,
finally.
that's a dominating victory as well. That's just winning in absolute style. After qualifying in P1 too. He won't get the trifecta. He won't get that fastest lap. But I don't think he cares too much about that because he's going to get the top step in the champagne.
Jeb.
Yeah.
It's only 12.3. Is he going to bottle it or not?
It's a bot. What will the bot do, Jeb? Jeb bot. Final couple of corners, bot. Don't control alt delete on us. Don't alt control C, control Q, whatever the commands, whatever the programming language you want to do in that house car. But I can tell you one thing right now, if it's not too soon.
And he's lost it.
Keep it together. That's all that matters. Keep that car in one part. He's getting a lot of airtime.
That's true. Hello, Henners.
Henners. Is Henners joining us?
He is in the...
Oh, yeah, we'll go over to quick interviews. For sure. If we can jump up, we'll jump over to If you guys want to interview, we'll jump in the interview room real quick. We'll get Henners, Eat Before You Drive, Kermit. Obviously, the top three there. We'll get Jeb as well, mate, in there, because we heard about your issues. I'm sure you would have been a lot further up there battling it out there. But your Jeb bot did a pretty good job. That is your race.
This was your commentary career.
That was my commentary career over. Yeah, I'm going to have to go down with Henners and pop some champagne. I'm going to have to do a shoey on the podium with him. That's for sure. There it is. Congratulations. Take that selfie. And pick up that champagne. Where's the rain gone? It's dried really quickly, hasn't it? Well, that's the Racing Point driver of Henners. Getting his maiden victory in PPR. Division 2. I believe that is his maiden victory. And that is my retirement for commentary done. At least, thank you very much. So we'll go through those results there. Henners obviously starting on the grid, finishing on there. Getting that penalty, but luckily he had plenty of time. 20 seconds down the road for Eat Before You Drive. Kermit, a little bit of a lonely race, but a very good race going from P11 up to P3. Keg as well, P14 all the way up to P4. Very good for the McLaren driver. Jeb, as you know, had those difficulties, but the New Zealand driver has a lot more pace to come. Melvin, Enzo, Eduardo, clean shell because the egg, and then we had, there's our retirements actually, CF1. CJ was battling it out at the front a lot. Null Theory and Max Senna will round out your 14 drivers for this very exciting, like a bit of a slow midfield action battle. The drivers were spread out, but certainly exciting start.
Almost for sure spread out.
And that car park collision that you saw on the replay at the start definitely affected a lot of people. Some
Mugello flashbacks too.
Certainly did. We're going to go pause for a second, get some drivers, and we'll see if we can get back for a quick interview. Don't go anywhere.
Yep, we're back. Interviews. We've got a few of the drivers in here, which is great. Obviously, we have Eat Before You Drive. Sorry about that pause there. We just had to bring Neon into the server there because he stepped in very last minute to help me in the commentary box. Congratulations to him, Neon. Now, Neon, over to you to conduct the interviews with some of our drivers.
Me? Okay. Well, even before you drive, how was your race, dude?
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I had a pretty good start, gained 3 positions, and then there was Joe's. Like I think he kind of had some internet issues, and I just followed him a few laps, and then I think went into the barrier and jumps back and hit someone behind me. So like after that, it was pretty much like no competitions. I can't close my gaps against Hannes, and also like the cars behind me cannot like gain any time on me. So that was like driving like a single player mode.
Kind of a lonely race.
Yeah, until the rain comes, and we just do the pit, and just.
It's pretty straightforward, from the end.
That's right. Yeah. It's pretty much like a single player after that carnage. I believe that was a carnage that happened
Single player.
before the safety car. Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, there was. We actually caught that on the replay there, so you can check that out on the feed later. There, I caught the end of that on the replay. Actually, you can see that little bit of a car park that formed across there. 2 cars, I believe, that were blocking the track, and a lot of people had to try to avoid that. A bit of damage and carnage.
And, there's certainly to see. Definitely. I'll take some time afterwards.
So you switched to the hards, right? So you went to the softs, that safety car came out, and then you went to the hards all the way till the point of the changeover onto the inters, which I believe under the virtual safety cars when you boxed obviously just behind Hennes who boxed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was debating whether to switch to mediums or hards. My thinking is that I'm not 100% certain on the weather forecast. I know that in the forecast it says there's going to be some rains after 45 minutes, but there's a chance that it never came, so I don't want to risk having to pit another time. So I just decided to go to the hards, just in case that the rain doesn't come. I can still go to the end with a very high confidence.
Well, Neon and I called it up here in the commentary box. We called it right on lap. What was that, Neon? It was a lap 20. I believe.
Yeah, lap 20, we said.
Lap 20. Spots of rain, yeah, exactly, which means that by lap, 20, 21, 22, you're going to get enough wet, per se, on the track that would be slippery enough. So,
yeah.
Well, you called it, at least. You got it right on the back there.
We saw some cars lose it, too, in the rain. Was struggling. How were you on those old hards? The rain must have been pretty hard.
It was actually okay until at the point that we have to switch to the inter. So I believe that the last few laps before the rain drops, I think my pace is like closing to Hannes. Like I was slower initially, but the pace was closing at the end of that stint. And the hards are feeling good actually, so it's not feeling any bad. I just wanted to be able to have the chance to stay a little bit longer than Hannes, just in case there's any like strategy difference. Like for example, the rain never came. That's the thing that I was thinking.
Yeah, and say for example that safety car didn't come out. How far do you think you could have stretched those softs from the start?
The softs I will like. Originally, my plan was to pit on lap 7 or 8, just because like there's a rain, so I can pit a little bit early. Maybe I can do some like undercuts, but ultimately it's not useful.
And then you would have switched straight to the hards as well from that strategy, as well. That was
no. I would have switched to the medium.
Okay.
Soft plus medium, you can go all the way to the end. So there's no way that I can. I need to like go to the hards. Just because like I pitted pretty early. I think it was lap 2 or lap 3. I can't remember, but at that point it's a little bit early for the medium.
Yeah, well it worked out okay, I guess, too, because Hennes went to those mediums and did 20 laps on them, so they would have started falling off the cliff. But obviously the rain coming, so it probably would have been a little bit of a different story if the rain did come towards the end. Maybe those hards would have come into play, and you would have gained that little bit of that pretty much big gap that Hennes had built up. I think 33 seconds or something. So, but obviously with the rain coming and no full safety car, you had a bit of a lonely race out. But P2, that's still a hole of points and a very good drive, mate. So it's, you've heard it from eat before you drive, and that's certainly what he did. You're going to eat before you drive. And if you do, you're guaranteed a podium position. So congratulations, mate.
Came back from the dentist office. That means I wasn't able to eat anything.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, it's good. You got some. You got your teeth all clean and fixed, and good. So you'll be able to eat tomorrow. Congratulations. I'm going to relay what Hennes had said because unfortunately he will not be able to join us in the chat there because he doesn't wake his girlfriend up. No, you don't want to wake your girlfriend up, mate, because you'll definitely hear from that. He said he enjoyed it. It was great fun. He had a good strategy going from the safety car to mediums right straight away. He knew that the mediums would last the whole race until the rain. So he obviously did pick the right strategy. It worked for him. Congratulations on your win, Hennes. It's been in a long time coming. It's well deserved. So, yep, congratulations. Don't wake your girlfriend. And I'm sure we're going to see you again for the next race. And finally, we have Neon. I believe we have Kermit here with us.
What up, Biggles and Neon? I'm excited to see what the booth looks like from this side of the table.
How was your race, sir?
It was pretty good. So, I mean, it started out on the mediums, obviously. It was one of the only ones to try and qualify on the mediums. And that was kind of the plan from the start, at least because I knew I liked the mediums around the track, and then I saw the rain was coming. I mean, it was around lap 10 or 11 that I ended up hitting a wall and having to pit early to change out my wing and slap some softs on. But just judging by how long it waited to rain, I don't know that I would have been able to take my mediums full length anyway. So that might have been a little blessing in disguise. But I got some race lead laps in. I wasn't expecting. It was my first safety car restart, and I absolutely botched that. If you guys were watching that, I stalled it just into the entrance of the second to last turn. So I slowed down the field probably way too much. And then basically went halfway through between the last two corners, which made it, I forget who was behind me. It might have been Eat Before You Drive was behind me at that time, or Henners. But basically allowed him to stay pretty close. So I wasn't feeling too good about that. But then, I spent some laps in first, got past, was in second for a while. That's when the accident happened, had to pit for some new softs. But then I just waited those out till the rain came, because I was just constantly asking Jeff probably 2 or 3 times a lap for a weather report, because you got to wait for that one time. It's important to get the timing on when he switches over from 10 minutes to 5 minutes to right around the corner, or we're seeing sprinkles or tire status updates too. Like, for me, that's the only way you can get reliable information out of Jeff is if you just keep pestering him. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how I did. I could have made a few less mistakes, but it was really getting through the scrap at what turn was that? I think it was turn 13, turn 14. Yeah, into turn 13 where all the cars were parked on the track. I just breezed right through there untouched, and that's really what made my race.
It did. And how did those softs feel? You did 11 on the mediums, which obviously not too bad from the start, and that was obviously a great strategy call from you by doing that, because you had jumped your way through the field. You started P11 or P12? Sorry, P10 or 11? What was it?
11, I believe.
11.
Yeah,
11. It was, yeah.
Yeah, and then so you, after all that first corner, like the second carnage that was in the second lap there, you managed to make your way all the way to the front of the field, which is fantastic. And then you stayed out, obviously, on 11 laps on those mediums, and then did switch to the softs. So you didn't box on the safety car like everybody else, and then did 11 laps on those softs. How did those 11 laps on those softs feel?
They were actually not too bad. By the time the rain started to set in is when they would have been falling off their cliff. And at that point, I had such a large gap ahead and behind that I knew all I really had to do was keep it between the white lines. So it wasn't necessarily too stressful. It was certainly less than ideal, to where if I had to do it over again, knowing how the rest of the race would have played out, I probably would have put on another set of mediums during the safety car, instead of keeping my same medium, because they were like 6-7%. But I think if I would have switched to a fresh set on lap 2 or 3 there, I probably would have been able to take those just about all the way up into the rain. And I think that was probably my chance to get maybe a win. But I mean, Henner's obviously has the pace here too, so that would have been pretty difficult.
Exactly. 9 seconds of penalty is not too bad. Obviously, the guy behind you had 13 seconds. Up ahead, even if you got really close before you drive, you would have had to at least get 9 seconds up the road, so that penalty situation might have hurt you. But obviously, being pretty much in a lonely race, all three of you is actually with a big gap between you. They would have made, obviously, a safety car towards the end would have really spiced things up, a full safety car. If you guys were all bunched up, I would like to see that. But, that's something I guess Hennis didn't want to see. But
no, it certainly tried. We got a couple virtual safety cars there in the closing stages, but it just didn't want to throw us a full-blown safety car.
Yeah, that would have really helped me in a big way. So that was what I was.
Yeah, exactly. Both of you guys.
Yeah.
Especially if it would have been at that condition where, but then it was so close to the end of the race, I usually don't throw a safety car out. But imagine that, like, straight out when it started to rain, if a full safety car came out on a restart, that would have been a nice little three-way battle towards the end. But as it's at least doesn't always happen, and at least Hennes was happy that didn't happen because he could manage to build that gap and maintain it. So that's it. Yeah, congratulations to you guys. As you know, Mr. Kermit is the man that's in this league and does all the commentary and stuff like that. So we're stealing his job because he has to drive. So give him a break.
No, thanks for filling in, guys.
Box.
Yeah. No, we're happy you guys could come out and put on a good show for us tonight.
It's always fun, isn't it? I'd rather be comfortable and dry up into the commentary box and let you guys sweat it out down there in the cars.
In the rain.
In the rain. Yeah. Well, I've had enough rain today. Thank you very much in Panama. So I had to commentate a race earlier, and there was no electricity, so I had to fire up the generator. And it was pouring rain. I barely hear myself, but.
Oh boy,
that's the way it is, isn't it? But hey, I'm still glad I'm not down there on the track sweating it out like you guys. So the next race is Kermit.
Next race is Japan, Suzuka.
Japan, interesting. So it's going to be a high pace, fun circuit. I personally do not like that circuit as a drive, but it's one of the drivers' favorites. So looking forward to that. Hennis did say he won Singapore, so I forgot about that, Hennis. Sorry, so that is your second victory. Congratulations. I think that's it. We're done, right, for this evening? Dry off now, guys.
Yep,
Taste the champagne.
Yeah.
And once again, Neon, thank you very much there. That's for chatting. That's the great thing, isn't it, about PPR or any other leagues as well too. We engage with our chatters and so forth. And Neon had offered to say, hey, I've known Neon from chatting before, and Neon just put his hand up and said, hey, Biggles, yeah, I'll come into the commentary box with you and help out. That's absolutely fantastic that you did, mate. Because as you know, Kermit, to commentate by yourself for a whole race it's a little tiring, especially if you've been doing a few races already today. So very much appreciated, mate. And
well, it's nearly 5 a.m. for me.
Yes, it is. And Jeb, I think Jeb also offered to help out. So Kermit, we might have a few more commentators for PPR.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're always looking for more. All
right, so let's let everybody retire. Enjoy the champagne or shoeies. No shoeies, actually. You guys aren't Australian. I'll have my shoey down there with Hennes. Because I did promise him I'm going to retire from commentating, but I don't think people are going to let me do that. It's up to Hennes. I'll let him make that decision. That's it. Have a good night, guys. From Russia with love.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Stay safe, of course, and we'll see you.